Hey guys, how's it going? Preparing here. Today I want to show you guys a pretty cool deck. You guys know I don't play ladder very much, but when I do and I have a lot of luck, a lot of success with my own little creations, I like to share it with you guys. So I'm going to do just that today. It's going to be a priest deck. This deck has lost 2 games out of what I would estimate, I don't know, 15 to 20. So the win rate is spectacular. And it's super hipster, so it's hipster priest. I'm going to show you guys the game first so you guys can see kind of how the deck works. It's one of my best games with the deck, and then after that I'll go over all the stuff inside, show you guys the deck list, and go over all the cool things, all the concepts. So enjoy. What do you mean, guys? I play Constructed for like an hour a day at most. And I watch other streamers, some even play priest. And they stick around like rank 7 for like 5 days. I know I'm doing alright, come on. Here, if he silences it, I can coin Dark Iron and actually kill something. Okay. Here I really think I need to develop a board. I'll do it with that, I guess. It's kind of bad.
Your magic shall not save
I just took a lot of damage from that Leper Gnome and the hero power. I think Hunter is my weakness. There's probably freeze in there. I'd rather get that frozen. Okay. Should I try to get Unleash or something? No. He's got Belchers though, so it's more of a control-y deck.
Bring out your dead.
This is kind of bad. Could kill command. Like, what does that really do? I really need Shadow Madness or Cabals to win this matchup. Or a better early game than the Hunter, which is pretty unlikely. This card's like dead because I need to heal every turn.
shall not save you.
Love my new recipe.
Not too quickly.
Alright. What is that? That's 6 damage, it's 8. I'm basically dead to kill command phase.
To my side.
Shadow Madness. You think that's freeze trap? Probably is.
Don't rush me. Love my new recipe.
Hashtag plays. That's bad. This is rough. I need a silence here. Don't I?
Let me change your mind.
5 damage, kill command, baby. Hashtag plays! Plays? Nobody saw that shit in chat.
Oh, you're using hashtags now? I didn't think it would get more casual.
Yeah. I really need to taunt up. I could do Thought Steal, Belcher, heal myself. Death Nova, baby. Look at that. Oh my. Can you guys believe I actually won that game? All right, guys. So you guys saw one of the best games I've ever had with this deck. The weakness is so far Hunter. I think I lost one game to like another priest or something, but I don't remember exactly. It was one of the first few games before I actually changed some stuff around. This current iteration has only lost one game, and it's lost against the Undertaker into Leper Gnome, Coin, Haunted Creeper. You guys know what I'm talking about. So overall, I feel the deck performs, and the concept of the deck, you guys see the deck list, is very simple. It's kind of like a meta breaker. It's that a lot of people are running cards that get silenced, so a lot of people run silence for one, and people, when they play against priests, they play around cards just because they know that these are the strong points of priest, and this deck plays basically none of those. So specifically, nothing in the deck except the Doomsayer can really be silenced. And the Doomsayer is kind of like an early game thing, and even if it gets silenced, it's not completely useless. I can use it as a body for the Dark Iron or something like that. The Doomsayer is kind of an oddball card, but maybe you guys can change some stuff around if you want. The other concept is that it has none of what Priest decks usually run. So the big cards in Priest are the draw engines with the circle healing, and those also act as the board clears. So there's no circle healing, there's no Northshire Cleric, there's no Akanai Soul Priest, and to make up for that, I have duplicates of all the other little tools that deal with all the garbage in the game. So I got 2 Holy Novas, 2 Cabal Shadow Priests, and I got 2 Shadow Madness. So the deck, it runs 5 silences. I think you can run maybe 6 if you want to have another Owl. And it is to activate the Watcher. If you do turn 2 Watcher into turn 3 Coin Wailing Soul, something like that, like nothing can really catch up. I've zerged down Warriors, for instance. They just can't keep up with some of the openers. And on the other hand, some of the combos just happen routinely. So Sludge Belchers, they get Shadow Manus, you flip them, you kill a Loatheb or something like that. So the value is just ridiculous. In terms of the matchups, I've faced, I think, 4 or maybe 5 Control Warriors, and it's never been even close. They just run out of cards in their entire deck. Pretty much happens every time. I'm sitting there with like 8 cards in full life, and it just has to do with those Shadow Madness power plays. Against other classes, I haven't really faced, I think I faced maybe 1 Miracle Rogue, but it was one of those games where I got the Ancient Watcher into Wailing Soul, so pretty much just brutalized them. No contest. They just died before they could do anything. So there's a lot of that, but I haven't really played enough games to really test the deck. But I think you guys should give it a try because it's a very different Priest deck. You're playing something that nobody really expects, and some of the cards I understand are pretty surprising, but I'll continue to explain some of the combos. So you have the Crazed Alchemist. That guy works basically everything. If you have silences, you can just heal stuff up if you want a Crazed Alch and then silence it off. You can fully heal anything you want. With Crazed Alchemist, you have some power plays with Shadow Madness and Cabal Shadow Priest. Like if you hit a Cairn for 3 damage, you can flip him and then Cabal Shadow Priest, and then the Cairn is yours, something like that. Or similar thing with Shadow Madness. Also, I run a Dark Iron also for attack manipulation. You can give something 2 health if you Dark Iron and then flip it with the Crazed Alchemist. It keeps the health permanently. I run Novice Engineers instead of Northshire Clerics because Northshire Clerics is a silenced target, so it's a lot of negative synergy. And also because the Northshire kind of requires you to combo, it requires you to develop a board. And the Novice is just like you just throw it out there and you cycle your deck. And in terms of draw, it kind of keeps up with warrior control. So when the control warriors run out of cards, you also run out of cards in your deck. But as I said, because the deck is so efficient, they also don't have any cards in their hand at that point, and you have plenty. Also, the Dark Irons work very well with pushing for Shadow or Death. So if someone plays a Ysera and you don't have your one mind control, you can just Dark Iron and then Death it. And it just plays around a lot of the weaknesses of Priest, and a lot of people make plays because they're playing Priest and they feel confident in them, and it just turns out like terribly. Like, for instance, the Loatheb Sludge Belcher drop on the board, something like that, and it just gets obliterated. And again, back to the I know my thoughts are a little bit all over the place. It's been a pretty difficult day. Back to the Northshire Cleric, because I don't run Northshire, I don't run Injured Blade. Most of the time I'm just healing myself and building a hand and setting up combos, as you saw in the one game. If you guys want to substitute some cards, play around with the deck a little bit, I think the weakest card in the deck is Black Knight. Not a lot of people run taunts outside of Sludge Belcher. And with Sludge Belcher, you can usually Shout of Madness and flip them, or just you can really just screw with them already. So Black Knight is a little bit weak. I was thinking of putting in another Holy Fire because I do get Zerg down a little bit. The Doomsayer is kind of an oddball, but it does help you develop that board. It's just annoying stuff that people aren't used to dealing with. People are used to dealing with Dark Cultists and Injured Blades and that kind of stuff. But you do like Northshire and Ancient Watcher, and people don't know what to do. You use an Ancient Watcher when you activate him, so he attacks instantly. And what that sets up is your opponent ignores him until when he's immediately useful. So you get a 2-for-1 no matter what. And the only drawback to that is you need a lot of silences. But because you have a lot of silences, people who play shit like Undertaker decks, all that kind of garbage, you can just silence basically all the stuff that you want. And the stuff that you don't want to silence, you can often mind control it, you can Cabal Shadow Priest it, you can Shadow Madness it. So right now in the current meta, I think this deck is ridiculously strong. It keeps up with all the slow decks, and it keeps up with all the fast decks, except for some of the Hunter openers, but I don't believe anything keeps up with that right now. So give it a try. I had a blast playing it, and screw with the meta some more. I pretty much just built this deck in one go. I edited a few cards here and there, but the success has been phenomenal. And I really encourage you guys. I understand some of you guys feel it's important to do well in the ladder. You got to be like Legend, you got to be rank 2, you got to be rank 3 because you were that last season. You know what? For me, and I really urge you guys to have the same opinion, you're going to have way more fun if you play your own deck. So again, that's kind of a weird thing to say when I'm asking you guys to try something like this if you want, but there is a lot of inspiration that comes from strange decks, and you can build your own deck off of another one, let's just say. So, yeah, explore, have fun, enjoy laddering, enjoy ranked, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.